All right, here we go. Gosh, what is today? Wednesday, workout 93, I think it is. Good morning, Leon. Anyhow, we're cruising. Monday, we did the chest, right leg, the back, left leg. Again, nice, good workout, thorough. You know me, how we work. Today, we have buys, tries, shoulders. So the attempt is that we have 3 circuits. Again, fairly long per circuit, so we got to get to work here soon. So be ready. It'll sound kind of similar, but of course, be a little different. All right, we have our warm-up 3-minute wall sit. The other day we did our 90 movements and we went to our plank during your 3-minute wall sit, which is so mean. You guys just got out of bed, okay? You can pop off the wall and do any stationary alternating leg. So, and if you want to do stationary alternating legs the whole time, you can. Stationary forward lunge, stationary reverse lunge, you got lateral lunge, you got stiff-legged deadlifts. Anyhow, 3-minute wall sit. Ready? Good morning. Set and go. 3-minute wall sit. We've done wall sits a lot. Your head against the wall, your shoulders against the wall, your back against the wall, your butt against the wall. The big thing for me, 90-degree angle at your hips, 90-degree angle at your knees, 90-degree angle at your ankles, unless you're doing calves, and breathe. So, super unfair to start off with wall sits. We've done it before during your warm-up, but at any time, and I would almost recommend it versus fighting for 3 minutes. At any time, get off the wall and do any alternating leg for 10 total reps, and then get back on your wall. But of course, if you would like to do alternating legs for 3 minutes, you can. Stationary forward, stationary reverse, walking forward, walking reverse lunges, lateral lunge, stiff-legged deadlifts. Again, any alternating leg. 1 minute in, 2 minutes to go. Again, although I did call it a wall sit challenge, I do highly recommend if you need to get off the wall, do something for 10 and then get back on the wall. Nothing too magical. On our first circuit, we're going to do our biceps. We'll have a right leg, a left leg, we'll have an ab, we'll have things in there. But circuit 1 will be light on the legs. Circuit 2 will be a little heavier on the legs. And circuit 3 will be the heaviest on the legs. So I'm not worried about not having a full, thorough warm-up. Again, at any time, just so you see it, alternating stiff-legged deadlifts, alternating stationary lunges, stationary forward or stationary backwards or lateral. You can do walking forward, walking reverse if you have space. But again, there gives you a little bit of joint mobility. Muscles are elongating and contracting. Whereas the wall sit, I'm not saying it's an unsafe exercise, but it is the second greatest force you put on a muscle, the isometric position. So if you do the concentric movements, it would probably just feel easier. Blah, 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 blah. You have 30 seconds to go. Just nice little wall sit movements. I don't mind the fighting challenge, but it's okay if you get off that wall and just move the body a little bit. I'm going to use that word normal, right? When we do our normal 120 warm-up loop, that clearly is a lot longer than 3 minutes. In 3, 2, 1, and relax and breathe. Magical? No. Little warm up, ready to go. Again, I'm not too worried about what we're going to do in this first circuit as far as joints and muscles and heart and lungs. Our biceps, we're going to do 30 down by 5 like we did on our chest and our back the other day. And like the other day, we have our 2 movements. So set 1 will be 30 hammer curls if you have that ability for hammer curls. And remember, if you only have the 1 set of tools, you're just going to do biceps anyways. Round 1 is 30 hammer curls. When we get to it, round 2 will be 25 open wide biceps. And that could be with a different tool like a bar, or you've got your dumbbells open wide, or you'd have your TRX or cables. Again, we're gonna eventually do 30 down by 5 on your biceps. Preferably round 1, 3, and 5 will be your hammer curls, and rounds 2, 4, 6 will be your open wides, or a bar, or simply a different tool. Round 1 on each circuit will be a right leg. It'll change weight later on. Round 2 on each circuit will be a left leg. Round 3 will be an upper body motion ab. Round 4 is a lower body motion ab. Round 5, you got a little worky. And round 6, we transition to the next circuit. 3 circuits, bis, tris, shoulders. 30 hammer curls. Breathe and focus. Oh yeah. Breathe and focus. After your 30 hammer curls, right leg star lunges, which is why I didn't want to technically do lunges the other day, but I did incorporate them because you don't have a leg press. Here's what it looks like. Right leg will step in front of you. Don't go yet. Right leg steps at about 2 o'clock. Right leg steps at 3 o'clock. There's your lateral. Now when your right leg steps back at 4 or 5 o'clock, that actually turns into a left leg exercise. And then the right leg steps behind you on a reverse lunge. But again, the last 2 are a left leg exercise, but the right leg is moving. This set is body weight. When we get to it later on, it'll be a little heavier, okay? 50 total movements. It's 5 movements per loop. So you could say you've got your 10 loops. Ready? Right leg only. Right leg steps in front of you. Right leg again about 1:30, 2 o'clock. Right leg about 3 o'clock. Your right leg is working. Right leg about 4, 4:30. Left leg working. Right leg 6 o'clock. Star lunges or clock lunges. That was 5 movements on your way to 50. Your right leg is moving on all of them. Your right leg works on the first 3. Your left leg works on the last 2. 50 total movements. Later on it'll be heavier, and then at the end it'll be a little heavier than that. But again, it's 3 with the right leg working and 2 with the left leg working. And again, I intentionally didn't want to do lunges on Monday, but because of tools, I gave you guys the stationary reverse lunge, the stiff-legged deadlift, or the step-up. And Ellie, I know we're battling the foot thing. If you just want to mix in regular squats, wide squats, narrow squats, that's okay too. We don't have obliques today. We did some the other day, so if you need to mix in some obliques, you can. So we have these star lunges in our circuits, and we'll have our abs in our circuits. We have plenty of abs today. We have a little working finish, you'll see. So round 1, I know we're getting into this workout, right? That's why I wanted to get started in it. You had your 30 hammer curls. You had the 50 total movements, right leg moving on all 5 of them, but the right leg was working on the first 3 of them. Okay, so it's 12 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4:30-ish, right? And then 6 o'clock is where that right leg moves, but your right leg isn't always working. After your 50 total movements, you're on 25 open wide biceps. Maybe you don't have that ability, so either do a different tool, cable, TRX, bar, dumbbell, plate, kettlebell. So it's either open wide 25, or just change your tool for a different biceps. 25 open wide biceps. So round 1 and 2 and 3 are going to be very long. The biceps have high reps. You did the right leg star lunge. We'll have our left leg star lunge next. 25 open, wide biceps. Is it a magical difference? No. But you have three things. You have your short head bicep, you have your long head bicep, and you have a brachioradialis that is in there. So you have three parts to your bicep or upper arm, if you will. Whereas your triceps, you have actually three muscles on your triceps. And later on, we'll have our dips and our kickbacks and overheads. 25 open, wide biceps, or just use a different tool if you can. When you get done, left leg star lunges, and of course, sunshine. We have the other side of the clock to do. 12 o'clock, you got about 10:30, you got 9 o'clock. Dane can do these. We've been working on the clock. You got 7:30 and you got 6 o'clock, right? 5 movements. Left leg is moving. Left leg is working on the first 3. Right leg is working on the last 2. Please remember that the leg in front of you is always the working leg. It's not always the moving leg. 50 total movements. I didn't touch on it earlier because I gave you a lot of information. Make sure you are square to something. So when you do your 10:30, you don't turn your entire body. Star lunges means your left leg deviates. There's the 12 o'clock. There's the 10:30. I stayed square. There's the 9 o'clock. There's your lateral lunge. There's 7:30. Again, I'm trying to stay square. And then there's a 6 o'clock. 50 total movements. 10 revolutions. Big, steady, consistent. Again, if anybody ever needs to, KNEED, you got regular squats, wide squats, narrow squats, stiff-legged deadlifts. You do have other legs you can do for 50 if you want to. We're not doing obliques, so if you want to do hip dips and double lateral leg lifts and side crunches, you can do those things too. So you have other variety if you need to today. After your 50 total movements, 10 revolutions, I'm not saying you should be there, but when you get there, you're on your 20 hammer curls. We did 30 hammer curls earlier. You'll be on 20 hammer curls on this round. When we get down to their 20 hammer curls, you're going to be on the ground if you want, or on a ball for your upper body motion abs, which I'll talk about when you get there. So round 3, 20 hammer curls. Remember, that's less than the 30 you did earlier. And then we're going to do 25 upper body motion abs, which means your lower body does not move. Remember, I'm trying to be a little bit ahead of you. So if I'm too far ahead of you, let me know. I want to be a little bit ahead of you so you know what to do. 20 hammer curls, round 3. Remember, hammer curls is a neutral hand position. I didn't say narrow hand position. Neutral. 20 hammer curls. And then you're going to have to lay on something for 25 upper body motion abs. Your lower body does not move. Sit-ups, ground, ball, or bench, toe touches, legs in the air. Jackknives, again, I haven't talked about them a lot because you know the tools, and I know people don't have cables and high ceilings, but holding a cable or a band hanging from the rafters of your garage, and you'd have that loaded vertical sit-up. But again, not many people have those tools. 20 hammer curls, and then 25 upper body motion abs. Sit-ups. Remember, I know you might be bored of them. You've done hundreds and thousands of them for the last several years, but you have different body positions. Ground, ball, bench. You've got different leg positions. Both legs straight, both legs bent, narrow, wide. You can play around with how wide your feet are. One leg straight, one leg bent. Laying on a stability ball incorporates stability. Laying on a bench with your feet on the ground is an elevated sit-up when your feet are below your hips. That's an elevated sit-up. Whereas a decline sit-up, your feet are still the same height as your hips. Plane, if you will. So round 3 was 20 hammer curls. That's 10 reps less from earlier, and 25 upper body motion abs. No rush. Again, this is gonna be a long, thorough first circuit. We gotta learn what to do. Next circuit's a little shorter because it's triceps. You kind of already know what to do. There'll be subtle changes. And the last circuit will be shoulders. And again, it's a little bit shorter because you kind of know what to do. A couple little changes. Round 4, I'm not saying you're there, but round 4 is going to be your 15 open wide biceps. So that is less than your 25 that you did earlier. 15 open wide biceps. And then you're going to be on 25 lower body motion abs. Reverse crunches, scissors, runners, swimmers, V-ups. I'll even let you put in hip bridges if you want to think about the word core. Even the hip bridges be glutes and core. 15 open wide biceps, and then 25 hip motion abs or lower body moving abs. V-ups, everything is moving. Reverse crunches, just your legs are moving. Sit-up scissors, runners, swimmers, windshield wipers, Russian twists. There's a lot more movements on your hip motion abs. Again, just a reminder, round 4, 15 open wide biceps, 25 hip motion abs. Your workout, your time, your space. Wednesday morning, 15 open wide biceps is less than 25 that you did earlier. 25 on your hip motion abs, reverse crunches, V-ups, scissors, runners, swimmers, windshield wipers, Russian twists. Whew. Remember, we're going to be doing these things again with your triceps and your shoulders. You'll have a weight and rep change on your legs. But outside of that, everything's rocking and rolling. After your 25 hip motion abs, you're going to be on 10 hammer curls by Rob. 10 hammer curls, and then 50 on your exertion. And then that next round will be the transition round from your last bicep to your first tricep. 10 hammer curls, and then 50 on your exertion. High knees, butt kicks, jumping jacks, jump ropes, split jumps, burpees, all the wonderful things. If you have a cardio tool, maybe you could do a minute, minute and a half. I know we've talked about these things before and the difference between 50 exertions. Jump squats and high knees are different. Jumping jacks, jumping rope, those are different. So minute, minute and a half on cardio, knowing that you could keep your ears peeled. 10 hammer curls, 50 exertion. Again, high knees is running revolutions, walking reps. Butt kicks, running revolutions, walking reps. You've got jumping jacks. You've got walking jacks. Both of those are big. One has a little more impact than the other. You've got taps. Something high and big would be reps. Something low, little, quicker is revolutions. Jump squats, split jumps, burpees, kettlebell swings, rope slams, sledgehammers, med ball slams. 1 minute on the Airdyne. I know you guys missed the Airdyne. 500-meter row, that's probably more 2 minutes, that'd be a little too long. Again, think exertion. 10 on your hammer curls, 50 on your exertion. When you get done, remember, I'm not saying you have to be there. Keep your ears peeled if you're not. You're going to have your 5 open wide biceps, 5, and then you're going to do 30 dips or kickbacks. We're going to move on to triceps, and I'm going to use the word briefly. You're going to go from biceps to triceps in a very short amount of time. 5 open wide biceps, and then 30 on your dips or kickbacks. 105 biceps are done. Here comes 105 triceps. And a reminder, we had your 10 hammer curls. You had your 50 on your exertion. We're going to have a variety of people in different spots. 5 open wide biceps, 30 dips or kickbacks. If you choose dips, you're holding on to something elevated, like a couch, like a chair, like a bench, a bar, a car. You could use the front or back bumper of your car. I don't really recommend it, but you could. 30 triceps starts your next circuit. Dips or kickbacks. Again, we're not in a hurry. I want you to be mindful on the task at hand, and that is you working hard. Again, I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. You have that 10 hammer curl, 50 on your exertion, 5 open wide biceps, 30 on your triceps, and then I want you to hold some weight. Your legs are going to be 35 total movements. 35 total movements. 5 movements per round. Carry the 1, x minus 3, right? So 5 total movements, holding anything you can hold. You've got your 12 o'clock. You've got your 1:32 o'clock. You've got your 3 o'clock. Right leg was working on those first 3. You've got your 4:30. Your left leg is working, and you got your 6 o'clock. Your left leg is working. Star lunges. 5 movements per side, or on the rotation per se. Right leg is going to move 35 total movements. Step, load, push forward at 12 o'clock. Step, load, push at 1:32 o'clock. Step, load, push at 3 o'clock. Step, load, pull at 4:30. Step, pull on your 6 o'clock. 35 total movements, please. Again, I want a little bit of weight on these legs, please. We did body weight earlier for 50. You're doing heavier for 35. Later on, we'll do heavier for 20. But again, your right leg is always moving. It's not always working. One more time on that transition. I want to make sure everybody is in a similar spot and you can hear me. You have the 10 hammer curls. You have the 50 exertion. You have the 5 open wide biceps. 30 dips or kickbacks. So we went to triceps. And then 35 total movements. Right leg is moving. Right leg isn't always working on your star lunges. We added weight. We decreased reps. We transitioned from biceps to triceps. Again, everybody's in a different spot. This is your workout. Round 2, and again, I'll talk about the numbers soon. Round 2 is 25 overhead triceps, or you could do skull crushers if you have a bar or TRX. I just personally don't like dumbbell skull crushers. I'm not saying you can't do them. 25 overhead triceps or skull crushers. And then you're gonna have your left leg moving for your 35 star lunges. And again, I know we've been doing this for months. We're almost to workout number 100. Everybody's going to be in a different spot because of the weights that you get to use, heavy or light. Leon already experienced that when he went from his 12-pound weights to his 25-pound dumbbells. There's a drastic difference with load. You also have your workout space and the overall tools you can use. More variety, more choices. Mentally, it might slow you down. You also have your workout space, your actually physical space you can be in. You've got your mental space. It's getting a little darker, it's getting a little colder, it's getting a little wetter. The world's got a big week coming up, so there's so many things going on. Maybe you're energized, maybe you're not. Here we go with those numbers. Just a reminder, you have the 10 hammer curls, those should be done. You have the 50 exertions, those should be done. You have the 5 open wide biceps, 30 on your dips or kickbacks. You have the 35 right leg moving star lunges. And now, after your 25 overhead triceps, you're gonna have your 35 left leg star lunges. You had your 12 o'clock, your 10:30, your 9 o'clock, your left leg is working. You have your 7:30, and you have your 6 o'clock. So I know I've labeled them star lunges, but we also reference the direction and angle with a clock. So you could call them clock lunges if you want to. Step, load, push at 12 o'clock. Step, load, push at 10:30. Step, load, push at 9 o'clock. Step, load, pull at 7:30. Step, load, pull at 6 o'clock. Your left leg is always moving. It's not always working. 35 total movements, and I hope that weight is heavier than our first circuit. And if I've confused you today, awesome. That was the idea. We haven't done star lunges. We've done forward and backwards lunges. I think we actually did star lunges in May one time. Between the bicep circuit and the tricep circuit, we did change the upper body. We decreased reps on the legs, increased weight on the legs. Soon you'll have the same ab options, you'll see that. Soon you'll have the same exertion. So there's minimal changes, but some changes. Again, just get everybody in the same spot. The tricep circuit was the 30 dips or kickbacks. You have the right leg moving for 35 total star lunges. You have the 25 overhead triceps or skull crushers. You have the 35 left leg moving star lunges. Round 3 is 20 dips or kickbacks. That is less than your 30. 20 dips or kickbacks. You'll then have your 25 upper body motion abs again. And that's anything where your legs are not moving. 25 upper body motion abs. Dips and kickbacks. And you could even say rope and front triceps, right? You shorten a shortened muscle. But with dips and kickbacks, you have shortened them even more. Or the overhead tricep or skull crusher, you're shortening a lengthened muscle. You lengthen the muscle with the position and you shorten it with the exercise. Blah, 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 blah. Round 3, 20 dips or kickbacks, 25 upper body motion abs. Your lower body is not moving. Remember the adjustments you can make on a sit-up. You can lay on the ground, you can lay on a bench, you can lay on a ball. Your legs can be wide, your legs can be narrow, your legs can be bent, your legs can be straight. You're not creating momentum. Your up body is moving onto your lower body. Sit-ups, 20 5 sit-ups. Or legs in the air, toe touches. You could lay on a ground or bench. Slow those toe touches down. People are like, oh, toe touches are easy. Well, I mean, yeah, they're a shorter motion, but you have a lengthening of posterior muscle component. You have a mobility of spine component. You might need to bend your knees so you can increase or maintain motion. Blah, 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 blah. Information overload today. Again, round 3 was 20 dips or kickbacks with your 25 upper body motion abs. Round 4, I'm not saying you should be there, but round 4 is your 15 overhead triceps or skull crushers. 15, you'll then have your 25 lower body motion abs or hip motion abs. And again, we have these 3 circuits, which is why we kind of started quickly today. I like it. You're working. It's Wednesday. Just so you hear the numbers, I want everybody to be kind of in the same spot. That round 3 was 20 dips or kickbacks on your triceps. The 25 upper body motion abs. Round 4 is 15 overhead triceps or skull crushers. And then 25 hip motion abs or lower body motion abs. You have a lot of movements on your lower body motion abs. Reverse crunches, V-ups, scissors, runners, swimmers, Russian twists, windshield wipers. There's just a bunch. I like it. And again, just so you guys know the difference between what we're doing at the gym and here, I didn't have as many obliques on Monday as you guys had. So in here, they did the bicep right oblique, the bicep left oblique, they did the bicep ab, the bicep ab, they did a bicep leg, a bicep cardio. So very similar. We have the dumbbells, right, the barbells, you have the TRXs, you've got tools, ropes, and bars. So more of a tool change versus exercise change. Again, just a reminder that round 4 is your 15 overhead triceps or skull crushers, your 25 lower body motion abs. Round 5, when you get there, you've got your 10 dips or kickbacks. You've got your 50 exertion, or again, you could do a minute, minute and a half cardio if you have that tool. We're then going to do our last tricep and our first shoulder. So you're going to transition to the last circuit here real soon. Round 5, 10 dips or kickbacks, 50 on your exertion. You did 50 on your exertion earlier. Just give you a heads up, you're doing 150 exertion today, and you're doing 150 exertion on Friday. Ooh. Ooh. Round 5, 10 dips or kickbacks, 50 on your exertion. I want you working hard on your exertion. Your legs were slow, heavy, methodical, mindful. Your abs were steady and thorough. And now on this one, I didn't use the word fast, but I want you working hard. Taps, revolutions, if it feels like it's quick. If it feels big or slower, then do reps. Burpees, jump squats, med ball slams, rope slams, kettlebell swings, high knees, butt kicks. Work for 50. If you have a cardio tool and it's easy to get on and off, go do a minute or minute and a half, as long as you can keep your ears peeled to what's going on. But we're transitioning from our triceps to our shoulders. Reminder, you have the 15 skull crushers or overhead triceps with your 25 hip motion abs. You had your 10 dips or kickbacks with your 50 exertion. And the last round of the triceps is 5 overhead triceps or skull crushers, 30 on your shoulder press. Uh-oh, here we go. So, when you get there, I'm not saying you should be there. You know you're gonna hear the numbers a couple times. Make sure you get your 10 dips or kickbacks, 50 on your exertion, 5 overhead triceps or skull crushers, and then 30 shoulder presses. You can sit tall or stand tall on your 30 shoulder presses. We are moving on to our shoulders. We did chest and back on Monday. Today is biceps, triceps, shoulders. We'll have the same numbers on the upper body. We'll have the pushing and pulling coming your way. We'll have same but less and heavier legs. Abs will be the same. Exertions the same. Very similar circuit. Here's your reminder. You have the 10 dips or kickbacks. 50 on your exertion. 5 overhead triceps or skull crushers. 30 on your shoulder press. And then you'll have your heavier but less reps on your right leg star lunges. Again, we're going to have people all over the place based on their exertion choices, the tools they have, the weights they can use, overall energy and desire. After your 30 shoulder presses, you're going to do 20 total movements on your right leg star lunges. Clearly, I would love it if it could be heavier. It's okay if it's not. But a reminder, you have your 10 dips or kickbacks with your 50 exertion. You have your 5 skull crushers or overhead triceps. After your 5 triceps, you're on 30 shoulder presses. And then it's right leg 20 on your star lunge. 12 o'clock. You got 1:30, 2 o'clock. You got 3 o'clock. Right leg was working. You've got 4:30. Left leg is working. 6 o'clock. Left leg is working. 20 total movements. Your right leg is moving the whole time. I wouldn't mind if you increase the weight. It's okay if you don't. Reminder, you have the 5 triceps. You have the 30 shoulder press, sitting tall or standing tall on your 30 shoulder press. You're then going to have your 20 total movements on your right leg. I would love it if it's heavier. It's okay if it's not.
Is this a shoulder press, Chris?
Yep, 30 shoulder press. Sit tall or stand tall. Tough, thorough day. 315 biceps, triceps, shoulders. Yeah, baby. 150 abs, 150 exertion. You got some legs in there, the star lunges. Just so you hear those numbers, 30 shoulder presses started your circuit. 20 on your right leg moving star lunges. 25 on your shoulders pulling. You can do upright rows or you can do any of your shoulder raises. 25 shoulders pulling, upright rows, or any of your shoulder raises. Based on the weight you have, the motion you want to do, that burn that you're feeling. Shoulder raises, you got front raise, lateral raise, rear raise. Shoulder raises, a pulling shoulder exercise. Again, this is the last circuit, you guys, home stretch. It's a little shorter, however, it's also heavier with the legs. Round 1 was 30 shoulder press, sitting tall or standing tall. 20 on your right leg moving star lunges, 5 movements per rotation. You have the 25 shoulders pulling, upright rows or shoulder raises. Then you're gonna have your left leg moving on your star lunges. Your last legs of the day, unless you count exertion as legs. Motion, 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 give me those muscles. Again, round 2 is 25 shoulders pulling, left leg star lunges 20. 12 o'clock, 10:30, 9 o'clock, your left leg was moving and working. 7:30, your right leg is working. 6 o'clock, your right leg is working. Steady, heavy, consistent, effective. I want you, and you have to think about the working leg. It is not always the moving leg. The front leg is always the working leg. I want you to always load your front leg. Your moving leg is not always the working leg. It's just moving. Again, I want you guys all hearing it. 30 shoulder press, 20 right leg moving star lunges, 25 shoulders pulling, upright rows or shoulder raises, 25 on your shoulders pulling. Then you have your left leg star lunges. When you get there, round 3 is your 20 shoulder press. Here we go, home stretch. 20 shoulder press goes with your 25 upper body motion abs. Last upper body motion abs of the day. So round 2 is 25 shoulders pulling, upright rows or shoulder raises. 20 on that left leg moving star lunges, hopefully heavier. Round 3 is 20 shoulder press and 25 on your upper body motion abs. Definitely one of those workouts, different spaces, different places, different weights. Wednesday morning, no big deal. Round 3, 20 shoulder press, 25 upper body motion abs. Highly recommend changing your leg, your feet width. You could change your legs being straight or bent. Mix things up as your upper body moves onto your lower body. You guys are almost there, you guys, almost there, almost done. Home stretch. Nothing's gonna imbalance you if you need to leave. We're on the home stretch of shoulder reps going down. You've completed all your legs. You just have a couple abs and exertion to finish off your day. Round 3 was your 20 shoulder press, 25 upper body motion abs. Round 4 is 15 on your shoulders pulling with your 25 lower body motion abs. We're getting there, baby, we're getting there. Again, upright rows, you're in that vertical motion, not bent rows. Elbows lead the way, you get those hands up because they're holding the weight if you're doing upright rows. Shoulder raises, front raise, lateral raise, rear raise, provides you a little diversity if you wanted to mix those in. Also, upright rows love load, so if you have lighter weights, mix up shoulder raises and upright rows. Round 4, 15 shoulders pulling, 25 hip motion abs. Your lower body is moving. V-ups. You can be on the ground or bench. Reverse crunches, ground or bench. legs straight or knees bent, but don't bend and straighten your legs. Scissors, legs straight, arms straight. Runners, elbows to knees. Windshield wipers, lateral reverse crunches, right? Russian twists. Swimmers. 25 hip motion abs. Keep it going. We're almost there, you guys. Almost done. Nothing imbalances you. If you gotta leave, you gotta leave. Reminder of the numbers. You have the 20 on your shoulder press. You have the 25 on your upper body motion abs. You have the 15 on your shoulders pulling upright rows or shoulder raises. 25 on your lower body motion abs. You're almost done. 10 shoulder press goes with your 50 exertion. And again, if you have a cardio tool, you can do a minute or a minute and a half. You're almost there, you guys. 10 shoulder press. By time. Then you have your 50 on your exertion. And then your 5 shoulders pulling, and you are all done. 10 shoulder press. 50 exertion, or you've got a minute and a half cardio if you want that. Again, we're there, you guys, we're there. Home stretch. The light at the end of the tunnel is getting huge, bright. Go get it, you guys, go get it. 10 shoulder press, 50 exertion, high knees, butt kicks, jumping jacks, jumps, squats, split jumps, burpees, taps, rope slams, med ball slams, sledgehammer, kettlebell swings. 1 minute, minute and a half airdyne, row, run. I did throw in mobility exercises last Friday, and you'll hear about that tomorrow as well, or on Friday. You got mobility, standing scissors, standing runners. I know they're not the hardest thing in the world, but it's a great way to finish off a workout with some really good movement if you need to. We did some legs today. You had some deviation on the legs with the star lunges and the weight. Last reminder of the numbers. 10 shoulder press, 50 exertion, 5 shoulders pulling. That doesn't mean you push the stop button and go run to your phone call. Walk around the house, cool off for a second, make a smoothie, bring your trainer a coffee, whatever floats your boat. 5 shoulders pulling, and you have ended your workout. Happy Wednesday, everybody.